Okay, we are recording again.
Okay, the motion is to direct Director McGregor
Why do I keep looking over there?
and it shouldn't be seconded because it's my motion.
It's gonna fill that in later.
To either direct or authorize, whatever the board thinks is appropriate, McGregor to continue negotiations to resolve the debt to NAS.
The attorney debt.
Sure. And my motion also would authorize him to get a check from this board and get it paid. Perfect.
Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Klein. Just for clarification, Director McGregor, is there discussion still on this motion, or is it, since this is the motion out of, since this is the motion out of executive session, is there availability for discussion on this motion?
Yes, yes.
So discussion on the motion.
Does that make sense?
I agree with the motion. I would still like to have a little more, without messing with this motion, make sure this doesn't happen again. I don't know how to do that.
We can have a conversation
Yeah,
after
like I
this.
said, what if this is like the cost of a small erosion control project, you know?
Yes. No, I understand your concern, Director.
Well, Dan, this may be a reason why we have those policy statements, and we just add one in there.
Yeah, I hate to, what if in an emergency we had to use the attorney? I don't know. You can come up with scenarios where you want to just go ahead and do something.
You call a special meeting of the board.
Mhm.
It's easily done.
Okay.
Well, I'll vote against this because I think we should, have it in an agenda that we're going to vote on approving a fee.
Okay. Seeing no more discussion, motion by Young, seconded by Klein to authorize McGregor to continue negotiations to resolve the attorney debt and to secure payment upon completion of negotiations. All those in favor state by stating aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Hey,
Okay. Would you like it on the record, Dan?
Mr. Chair, I'll vote to abstain for obvious reasons.
Okay.
yeah, you can list me as the no vote.
Okay. I didn't know if you would like that, so I thought I would give you the opportunity if you would want that. Okay, going to the next item, chair's comments. Thought I wasn't gonna have any comments, because I thought I wasn't gonna be chair. I stated most of the stuff that I know moving forward in the meeting, and I look forward for another year of this, and hopefully I can be better this year. Item 18, items from directors.
Imagine this, I've got something. We had a great creek cleanup on the 10th. We are second Saturday people, so our next creek cleanup will be on Valentine's Day. But But more importantly, tomorrow night at the Journey Museum, we are having a couple of films. One is called Beaver Believers, and the other is called oh geez, I've gotta find it.
What time is that?
6:30 is when the doors will open, and it is, I think it's called Beaver's Medicine for Hope. And then we will also have a Lakota storyteller telling the story of Champa, which is the beaver. Doors open at 6:30. It's free. It's our next in our riparian restoration series of events.
Any?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I'll just let everybody know, I came here today intending, as the executive board had requested, to accept the nomination for chair, but I am at a complete loss now of what the goals of this board are. I completely disagree that we should not be funding projects on private land. I recognize I have a bit of a conflict since I live at Black Gap, but to me, that's exactly the kind of project that the legislature in creating us intended for us to put money into. And so I have an objection to funding things like projects on the School of Mines campus, helping them pay for their own misdeeds. So I'm not real sure where I'm headed at this point. But anyway, that's the reason why I turned down the nomination, because I'm got a huge internal conflict over my service on this board right now.
And my term is up, and I've been looking for a replacement in Area 5. I'd like to see somebody from Rapid Valley take that over, because we have some kind of unique problems to Rapid Valley with the shutdown of the Hawthorne Ditch.
Mm-hmm.
Not that this board is really can do a lot, but it's still kind of a mechanism to bring the community together. So I'm not sure how successful I'm going to be there, but that's where I'm at. I thought the ranch project that got voted down was legitimate. I thought that was a good project, but it's majority vote. That's the way it goes.
Is that the wind?
Yeah.
Beating up that door.
If we lock the door, then
Yeah.
nobody can get in.
Yeah.
So.
We need the hex key.
Did
That's
you have
all I
anything
have.
you wanted to say?
I just have some similar feelings to Scott in terms of conflicted on where this board is really going and how we're going about it. And so rather than go into a detailed discussion of it at this time of night, I'm going to send out an email sometime this week about my thoughts. And I'll send out some other things that perhaps the board would want to consider going forward as we pursue collaborative projects and how they might be developed in the future, so that we don't end up in the places that we've been. And I too have a real question about my role on the board going forward. It doesn't appear that some of these things that I'm concerned about match up very well at all with board direction.
Abstracts are due for Western South Dakota hydrology. They're changing their format. They're due by the end of January. I would be willing to do a presentation on erosion control projects, given that we've now had a couple of new ones and actually gotten something done. I'm not going to do such a thing, without some sort of consensus from the board. Whether that's something we want to have on the agenda or not. Open to thoughts.
I think anytime we can raise our flag at that conference is, worthwhile.
Especially because
So
we're a
it's-
sponsor.
Yeah, so I'd say go ahead. Do Mike.
No, I agree. You've done it before, haven't you?
Many of them, I wouldn't do it other than we've done a couple of new ones here. And beyond that, we'll have a chance to vote on it, but the Earth Day sponsorships will be coming up, and last year we were a sponsor for $1,000 for their platinum level. It gets our logo on the T-shirt, et cetera. I guess just kind of a heads up in that will require a vote, and that would be in March. But do we have any inclinations otherwise? Seemed like we had positive experiences this last time around.
I thought we did. My time sitting out there was positive.
Hey, Dan has, for the water conference, have they sent anything about, usually they hit us up for $2,000 for a spot?
That's next.
Got you. Not hearing anything else from directors, items from admin?
Okay, I just received email on Friday from USGS requesting sponsorship again for the hydro conference this year. And they acknowledge that vote for that would be in the March meeting, so there's no deadline for today, or else I would try to get it in for today. And this year, they have upped their request to 3,000. No explanation given or whatever, but that it's, they're suggested this year is 3,000. So that will be on the agenda next meeting.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
I had a discussion with Galen several weeks ago. He said that their budgets have tightened a little bit.
That's what I figured.
And
Probably the fees of the.
if they upped it,
center is
I said
higher.
it's up to the vote of the board, but I certainly understand.
Yeah.
It's just the affordability environment we're in.
Okay, hearing nothing else from the admin, meeting adjourned.
Good job, Tom.
Okay, thanks for being here.